you've been having a heck of a season. I get like just talk us through your season, what's been working for you, and what's just everything that you've had going on.
Yeah, so I committed earlier before the season started, and that kind of lifted a weight off my shoulders and everything. I could just go out and be myself and just play the game without any worries on me. Because junior year is like where people start worrying about recruiting and where am I going to go and this and that. So committing early for me really helped me just to relax and just do my thing out there this year, and I think that's helped me a lot. Just play the game, yeah.
Is that one of those things? Like, is it pretty immediate? Just that like weight lifted off your shoulder, you can finally start to breathe again once you get that out of the way.
Yeah, for sure. You just do it, and like the coaching staff believes in you. You fit in there well, and you don't have to worry about anything else other than that. Yeah.
So, what was it about Miami of Ohio that made it the right fit for you?
I took my first visit there, and I kind of just knew almost like I felt like at home there. I love every single one of the coaches. They spent so much time recruiting me. I don't think there was a game that they weren't at this summer where they could go, and I just really think I'll fit in well with Glenn Box and his program, and it just felt right.
Brooke, you've ascended to be one of the best shooters in the state. I think that's an obvious thing. I think the metrics are there. You've always had the reputation, but you're backing it up. But with that comes a tremendous weight of, we'll call it defensive attention. Okay. It seems like you're getting face guarded and followed and chased off screens and trying to make you a curler and all of that. What's your approach to that? I mean, do you just roll your eyes like, oh my God, another face guard? Do you expect it? Do you like it? Just talk about that, because there's a few select players, and you just happen to be one of them that you're not going to get anything free, girl.
Yeah.
So just talk about your just approach. It's just every night and just getting. I mean, you had Maya Epps last night. I mean, you're standing in weak side corner, not strong side, weak side corner, with one of the best players in the class just staring at you, standing 2 feet away. Give us your thoughts.
Honestly, it's almost expected every night, but it honestly motivates me almost because, like, oh, I'm the one they want, not like to shoot it. So honestly, it motivates me just to get the ball and running a bit more. So staying confident, obviously, because once you miss that first shot, you just got to keep shooting it no matter what, even if they're still chasing you off everything. Just getting to find your shot and trying new things also, like getting to the rim and just pulling up and making them like stay on their toes so you can also like expand that 3-point game a little more, if that makes sense. So drive it, play, and then they have to respect that, and then also takes back your shot almost.
So, Brooke, I mean, so stay there for a sec. So let's spin it back to the Northridge game, okay? So you're on the road at Northridge, and you're getting the full face guard from Conley. Lenny actually moves you to point guard, and then the next defensive possession, you get a steal and a layup. Your first field goal in the Homestead game last night came off of a steal and a layup. I go into Max Preps to see what your steal percentages are, and you're leading the team in steals. It just seems like you're creating a lot of your offense and trying to be able to get rhythm on the defensive side. You get a free one to go down, and you know how it goes with shooters, right? You see it hit the net. It feels like the next one's going to go in. Is that something you've always tried to do, or is that something that you felt like you needed to do this year because you don't get anything free on the offensive side, that you have to use the defensive side of the floor to get going a little bit?
Honestly, I kind of motivated myself to get better defensively. So I worked a lot on that last year just to get better defensively, because I know to play at the next level, you're going to have to defend the ball really well. So just worked on that, and stealing the ball just came with it. And honestly, like, it's a good feeling when you get a steal and easy points like that. So just creating for myself again, like you said, just getting steals for myself can also create things for offensive side. Yeah.
Let's talk about last night and your teammate Brooke Winchester, the 24 points, 21 rebounds. It's the third most rebounds in program history I saw on your guys' site. Just what did you see from the other Brooke last night and her performance?
Yeah, we talked before, like, this is going to be a big game for you. They don't really have a big, like, Gabby isn't as big as her, so we're like, you're going to come up big in this game because they don't really have anyone to defend you. And she really came out to play. 24 points, I think, 21 boards. She played a massive role in last night's game.
Yeah. So it sounds like Homestead did a good job of kind of taking away your guys' transition opportunities, making it difficult for you to get out and run. How did you guys adjust to that, and what do you do to try and counter that sort of thing?
We just have to learn to adjust to play in our half court game because we are a transition team, and once Homestead took that away, we had to find our half court game, which we couldn't really find last night almost. So that really like took us out of our groove a lot, and we just couldn't create for each other almost. So we just needed to learn to adjust better in game for our half court situation.
Have teams done that before? Was that kind of the first time this season that you've run into that a team's been able to kind of stuff you in the half court?
Yeah, that was definitely the first time a team fully like stopped us from our transition game, but I also think we could have pushed the ball up a little bit more better. Like we thought we had some things, but on film we showed and we did have it actually. So just learning from that.
So you've already watched the tape as a team?
Me, Joss, and Lex watched film today, yes, with Lenny.
I got one more before I throw it to Victoria, and this is really just sort of an observation. I love that your shooting percentage has gone up from 39 to 45 to 53 over the past 3 seasons. I tip my cap on that. That's really impressive. The 3-point percentage started out at a ridiculous 40%, and again, 45 and 47. There's no question there. I just wanted to point that out to everybody and tip my cap to you, Victoria.
Well, yeah. So you all came into last night's game undefeated, and I just wanted to ask a little bit about, you have this top matchup of top 5 teams. You take your first loss of the season. What was the conversation like afterwards, and then today, as you kind of say, okay, here's what we're going to do for moving on from this.
Last night we all talked as a team like it was a learning experience, like we'd rather lose that game than lose in postseason. So maybe we needed this loss to like kind of propel us up for future games and just give us more motivation to want to go farther in the tournament. And so we were just taking this game as a learning experience. We learned, we talked what we needed to do better. We worked on a lot of half-court offense today we actually play tomorrow. So seeing how we respond for tomorrow's game after we just lost this next one will be a big thing for us. So hopefully just take it and learn from it and then move on, keep going forward from there.
Brooke, as a player, what was it like going into last night? I mean, I saw the crowd. It looks like a decent-sized crowd, obviously hype around it. A lot of people talking about it, looking forward to it. What's it like going into something like that as a player?
Yeah, there's tons of talent in that gym, like so many people that you've known and played against forever. It's just a very like intense feeling almost when you walk into that gym and see everyone for warm-ups because there's so many people watching you. You don't know who's there. You're just kind of worried about other things other than the game sometimes. And I think that's kind of what happened last night a little bit with our team. We were just kind of worried about outside influences almost. But that's a good feeling as a player, also knowing that lots of people are there wanting to watch a good basketball game. So that's also a good feeling and a bad feeling sometimes.
Hey, Brooke, I want to ask about your backcourt tandem mate and Josh Bricker. I mean, it's like a statistical anomaly. Like you guys cross over 1,000 one game apart over 60 games into your high school career. I mean, you guys have essentially pulled each other along into what will, very likely end on the Indiana All-Star team. And who knows, maybe one day in the MAC championship together. So what's it been like having just another real good, just another producer in the backcourt?
Yeah, I think me and Joss have grown so much, like as people and players. Like we know each other so well at this point. Like she knows where I'm at, I know where she's at, and just our talents cross so well. She's very good at driving the ball, and I'm like kind of her shooter almost. And it's been so fun, like getting to know her game and watching her grow as a player and everything like that. And I think we just match each other so well. We kind of know where they are at the time.
So we asked Homestead, and I'll ask both of you guys too. What is the plan for sectional draw Sunday? Are you guys going to crash at Lenny's place? Are you going to go to like the local pizza parlor? What's the move for Sunday for Warsaw Tigers?
We were kind of thinking we're going to crash at Coach's house, but who knows if he wants us there again. Yeah.
Brooke, what about you? Do you want the bye? Do you like to play right away? How do you view that as a player?
I also have my perfect bracket played out, but like Coach said, it's not a perfect world. And personally, I like to play Tuesday just because it's such a long stretch without playing, and just getting your legs under for Friday and Saturday is probably what would be best.
I won't ask about what your perfect brackets would be, perfect draw, lest we jinx it or give anybody any bulletin board material, etc. I'll leave that to Danny. But Brooke, we talked over the summer, and I got to see you guys play against Lawrence Central at I think it was HSE, whatever. How has this team developed and grown since that point at the beginning of the summer through now, where we're almost at the end of the regular season?
I think we've just grown so like strong relationships with each other. Like there's not a day where we don't all go like hang out or something. Like we just love being around each other. And I think that's kind of like helped us play as well as we're playing right now. Just that connection part is I think has done so good for us.
I think what Coach was getting at was just the games you played last year. How does that experience of playing Norwell that was state runner-up in 3A and Fort Wayne Snyder that was a regional or a sectional champion, regional finalist, Columbia City, teams like that. How did that prepare you this year? Like, how does that experience carry over and parlay into this year?
I think what he's trying to say is like, yeah, we played all those hard teams last year, and I think it helped us prepare this year because we know what's going to come. And I think that kind of built us up into this year because we know we've improved so much from last year because we've all played together for 3 years now. We're just growing as players with skills and talent and everything. So I think last year really like helped us grow like our talent and game and knowing like what's expected at a higher level.
All right. And, we're talking to you after your first loss of the season. So that's obviously, going to change the conversation a little bit. But, you start off with this 18-0 record. And what are some of the things that you've seen from this team so far that gives you the most confidence as you finish up this regular season and then head into the sectional tournament?
I just think we were sharing the ball so well, like just connecting really well all with each other, knowing where each other's at on the court, just having fun playing the game of basketball again. And I think this loss kind of helped us almost because we'd rather be – or we wouldn't want to be 22-0 and lose in the sectionals. We'd rather lose a game and then have a 4-state tournament run. So just having fun playing basketball.
Awesome. Well, Brooke, thanks again for hopping on with us on short notice. It was great talking with you again. I'm sure we'll be seeing you here again down the road. Best of luck to you. Thanks to Coach as well for joining us. And yeah, like I said, best of luck here over the next few weeks.
Thank you, guys. Thank
See
you
you
for
on
having
the
me.
road, Brooke.
Thank you.